Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube number 163, my update number 163. And welcome back to my subscribers, and welcome to anybody who's finding this channel for the first time. If you are not yet a subscriber, if you want to get my weekly updates, you can hit that subscribe button and press on the little bell to give you notifications for every time I do an update, which is usually every Saturday at some point. Either, look at that big old weird hair sticking out of my head. At some point on Saturday, I do usually in the afternoon or late at night, so it could be Sunday, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I do it every week. So this is a channel about cross stitch, in case you're new here and stumbled across my channel accidentally. And so, like I said, it's about cross stitch, and so I'm gonna start talking about it now. Stumbling through that introduction. I've been doing Maynia, and I've been doing a whip mania, not a whip, but a whip mania. And so this was my third and final week. I was only doing 21 days, because I had 21 whips. And so I did my last week, and I'm just going to show the last week. I'm not going to do like a whip parade from the beginning, because you already have. I did that before I started, and excuse me, I've shown all the whips as I worked on them. I did have a finish. I sort of squeezed it in there between the whips that I was working on, but I finished it. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I don't have a picture of this, so I'm just going to flash it real quick. Whoop, whoop. There's the title, Pumpkin Pile, by Stitching with the Housewives. And like I said, I don't have a photograph of this, so I'm not going to show that. This fabric is, I want to say 32 count. It's very wrinkled because it's been, I've had it in my, wadded up in the little plastic bag, project bag thing for I don't know how long. So there's like a cat on the top here and a large orange pumpkin on the bottom here, and this white pumpkin in the middle. So what I worked on, just a little bit of work. I did, I finished part of the face here, wasn't done yet. I think a couple of rows here. So I finished that. And then I did some of the green here on the outside. So I didn't do a whole lot of work on it, but I did some. So there's that pumpkin pile. And this fabric I had originally dyed for my Sleepy Hollow project that I had last week. But it was too dark because there's a lot of black in that pattern. And so I set it aside, and I thought, well, someday I'll find some use for it. And so I had a piece of it that I used for this pumpkin pile. And I hope that the cat on top here shows up. I may have to, I haven't looked to see what floss that is and see if it'll show up. I don't know. But anyway, there's that. So I worked on pumpkin pile. And then this is, and I do not have a picture of this. Actually, let me see if I can find the picture that it's based on. Oops, that's not right. But this was a picture that I took of my cats on the balcony, as it's called, on the balcony of my apartment in Little Rock. And me see if I can find it real quick. Sorry. And I like the picture so much that when I showed it to my sister, it's right here. Yeah, it's my cat Puck up here sitting on the table, and my cat Snug out on the balcony. And so I really, really like this picture, and I had forwarded it to my sister, and she made a cross stitch pattern out of it for me. And so this is just the beginning of it. This is the base of the column and part of the column here, and you can see the shape of Puck's head will go in here. So I worked on that a little bit. And then the next day I had this another wolf pattern, gray wolf. This one here. And as you can see, it's a full coverage. This is from the copyright on this is 1988. So this is from probably I started working on it sometime in the early 90s probably. Because I just started cross stitching in December of '88, and so this would have been sometime after that. After I moved to Little Rock in '89, so this is probably sometime after that. So early '90s, I would guess. There's some really nice patterns. There's some little puffins on this pattern in this booklet, and some other things. But I was working on this wolf here, and so I had worked on it at one point, like in hand, because it's this is very stiff. It's some kind of, it's like fiddler's cloth or something, I don't know. But so I worked on over here where the needle minder is. I had been doing it, trying it in hand at one point, last time I worked on it, which was I don't know when. But this time I did put it in a hoop. And half the time I spent figuring out where I was and which ones I had already done, which ones I had not, and all that. I have a working copy of the pattern so that I could, color in the ones I've done. And I've done most of it, but some of it I still haven't. I still have to, get around to that. But I figured out, some of this. So this is the area that I worked on, right up this here to this solid area here. I just filled in. It was kind of like this, just like undone. So I filled in what I could here. So it didn't make a whole lot of progress, but there's the gray wolf. You can see his face at least, and you can tell he's there. And it's, it's like various shades of gray and brown and brownish gray and grayish brown, so. And then the next one was Running Before the Wind, another one of my tall ships that I'm working on. It was this one here. Lots of sail, lots of ship. So this one I worked on a few rows here of this sail, and then I worked on this gray thing. And this, I think this right here, these two rows here, this is the edge of the pattern. So yeah, and it doesn't look like a whole lot, because it's, but like these are sails here, and I think this is like part of the mast or something like that, So yeah, it's I'm like right around in this area. Yeah, this is like part of the mast work, I think, or something. So I'm down in here in this area. So there's that. And then I had Peacock, which is a kit that I bought at some point at Hobby Lobby or something. And I really liked it, but I it has this, comes with white Ada, of course. And this is by Nicola Gregory. I didn't say the other pattern things. The Gray Wolf is, I think, Cross My Heart stitches. Cross My Heart is the design. It's a, yeah, Cross My Heart. This one is Puckerbrush. It's an old, I don't know if I think it's out of print. The copyright on this, I don't even know when it is. Anyway, that's an older one. I probably got it sometime in the 90s. Anyway, this is Nicola Gregory Design Works. And it doesn't look like much. But what I did was I took the, oopsie. Sorry, these are stuck together. I took the white Ada and I dyed it like a light purpley. It's pinkish looks like, but I used a purple dye. But this is all just the blue, some of the blue in the Peacock, this light blue down in here. I wanted a color of the fabric that wouldn't clash with the blue or the purple in the thing, in the design. But anyway, so this is, I'm just working with the blue. And this comes with all the threads and all that, and a needle and all, in the kit. So there's that one. I worked just a little bit on that. Not as much as I would have liked on all of these. And then this one, this baby sampler, this is one of my oldest whips. The copyright on it is from 94. I bought this probably in 97 or thereabouts, because that's when my nephew was born. 97. He was born in 97, and I started this, I think, either that year or sometime in between 97 and 98, so sometime in that time. But one of the things I did was I oriented it wrong in the fabric. It's supposed to be this way, and so there's very little margin up above and below it. But I'm very torn with this, because on the one hand, part of me wants to finish it, but on the other hand, my nephew is 24 years old. So, it kind of doesn't matter. And so I'm kind of thinking about giving this away to whoever may want it. I haven't had any, nobody's asking for it or anything like that, but I might just give it up, because all it really needs is the various backstitching on the letters. And I was looking at the pattern, and there's some backstitching that's other colors, for like the face of this moon, and the eyes and the features of the various animals, whatever. And part of me really wants to finish it, but I don't know what I would put in this area here, where you put like the baby's name and weight and all that, date of birth and all that. I don't know, that I want to finish it. But what I worked on was this outer border. I had done like part of it up to about like here, half of it, because I usually do the sort of out and back method. And so I was just kind of going around. So it's all the way around in half stitches, and then I started crossing it here. Hold on just a second. So I this corner here, I started crossing it, so this part of the border is done. So I have to work my way back around and to finish it. And then there's some little hearts and flowers and stuff that go in between these two blue lines, and then all the back stitching is has to be done. So I don't know if I want to finish it or not. like I said, I'm kind of torn. Part of me wants to finish it, and part of me's, when I was working on it, I was just not all that excited about it. It didn't, most of these whips that I have make me want to say, yeah, I wish I had another day to work on it or whatever. I want to keep going, and on that one, part of me wants to keep going just because I want to finish it, but I don't have because I'm no longer working toward that deadline. That's why it's been languishing for 24 years, because I just haven't been motivated to finish it the way I usually do. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one. But that's the end of Maynia for me. I did all 21 days. I did some. I kind of overlapped a little bit because because there were some days in there. Well, I went ahead and finished this wolf thing for my brother, so I did have a finish in there. Not on the day that it came up early on, the second of the month. This wolf pattern, and I didn't finish it that day. I ended up, it was a Sunday, and there was a lot of things going on, and so I didn't get as much done on it as I wanted to, and so at the end of the week, on the 8th, I think I worked some more on it, and I still wasn't finished. And so during the next the week, on the 15th or so, I did finish it finally. So there's a wolf, and this is blanket yarn that I bought some time ago. I wanted to do something simple because this is a gift for my brother for his birthday, and I wanted to do something simple and that not too froofy. And so I found this live edge plank at Walmart, I think, and it didn't come with any kind of. This is where the hanger for the for the display stuff was screwed in here, but I bought this nailless sawtooth picture hanger, and so it just is hammered in, and it has like a little tooth kind of thing that to hold it in there. So that's how the hanger on the back, and there's the finished thing. It's on sticky board and then just glued to the plank. But yeah, there's Mr. Wolf. This little backstitching here. This is part of what was taking me. And once I got started on it, it really didn't take that long. I just had to do it, So yeah, that. Yay! So I had one finish during the month. And yeah. So what's coming up next? Cross stitch camp. I had heard other people talk about this. Somebody else, I don't know what, somebody's Flosstube or somebody posted about it or something. So I had heard of it, and then I saw Colorado Stitchers Flosstube about cross stitch camp. So I had listened to that, and I decided that I wanted to participate. There's also embroidery.com is doing a summer challenge, and I think it's for the month of June. And I had signed up for that as well. So I didn't know if I wrote this down. Yes, I did. So embroidery.com, they're doing a summer challenge thing, and it's just a merit thing. So it's basically pat yourself on the back for doing it. So it's 30 minutes a day, and then you do a before and after picture each day, I guess, to the group page, embroidery.com's group page, and you do the day, the name, and the designer, and the design, the name of the designer and the name of the design, and the hashtag summer Summer Stitching 2021. And so you can get a Stitcher's Merit if you do 25 of those 30 days of the month, or a Super Summer Stitcher's Merit if you do all 30 days. So there's that. So, but also for cross stitch camp, there's the 3 months of the summer that they're doing. So you can do 1 month or all 3 months, or whatever. So so I can't think of her name now. Sherry, Colorado Stitcher. Her first name is Sherry, and she has a yarn shop, the Loopy U, I want to say, EWEU, and they have always done like a knitting camp, but so she decided to do. She got the inspiration to do a cross stitch camp, and so. Each month there's a slightly different challenge, but there's an overall challenge of starting and finishing within the month a chart. So you start on June 1st and, hopefully finish by June 30th, finish chart, and then another one on July 1st to the 31st, I guess, of July, and 1 through 31 of August. So you have 3 different charts. You're going for 3 different finishes there, so you there is a group for that on Facebook, the Cross Stitch Camp Facebook group, and there's a question to answer to join that group, and also she's doing giveaways during that. Cross stitch camp, so you can, if you want to donate something for the giveaway, her email address is in there also. So the June challenges are, in addition to trying to finish, something for the month, an additional challenge for the month of June is stitching something inspired by someone else. In July, a new to you designer. And in August, a new to you either floss or fabric, either a new fabric dyer that you've never used before, or a new floss that you've never used before, or whatever. So those are the 3 challenges for cross stitch camp. So I want to participate. So the embroidery.com, I think those I can work my June camp design into that, into what I'm going to do for embroidery.com's challenge as well. So I think I can do both at the same time. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm hoping to do for June. Right now I'm working on the Blackwork Angels, of course, and I'm working on this one right here. It's not quite finished. It came up in my whip Maynia. So I want, since June doesn't start for a few days, I'm wanting to finish this so that in the month of June, on June 1st, I can work on another one of the angels. So I've got 4, and I'm finishing the 5th one, and there are 3 more. So I've got this one that says Joy, the first one that I did, and there's one with a sheep, and one with the angel playing the harp, and one with the angel and the doves, and then this angel that I'm doing here that says Love. So like I said, there are 3 more, there are 3 more angels. There's this one playing a trumpet, and then I think this one with the candle, and then this one that says Peace are the ones that I have not done yet. So any one of those, if I can well, even if I don't finish another one, I can start another one here. I have plenty of fabric. So I want to start one of these to have a new start, a new angel, you know. So I'm going to say that counts because that's a new start, you know. And this is for my inspired by someone else. So I saw these originally on Ginger Gerald's site. He did a couple of them. And I saw them on there and I thought, oh, those look really neat. And so I went and looked it up and bought the pattern. And I really like these because it reminds me of sort of medieval angels that you would see, you know, in those older works, older artwork. And I really like the look of them. As I famously pointed out, the stars around the angel. There's one here. There's just a few here, and yeah, they're a little more obvious here. They're not. They're supposed to be gold, and I didn't really read the instructions as clearly as I should have, and I just made them black as I was doing because in the pattern, you know, it just I didn't notice, and so I have black stars. But I kind of like it that way, you know. When I looked at it, I just kind of like that. So anyway, so I want to do one of a new start on that, and I should be able to finish it in the month, I hope. And then, so the new to you designer, I'm going to do this from the heart. NeadleArt. This is a new designer I've never done before, and this little mini spring. I think it's. I want to say it's kind of small. I want to say it's like 40 something by 80 something. I have it right here if I can look at it. 48 by 80. Is this, and it's got a cute little bunny and some chicks and sheep, flowers, and I don't know if they're dragonflies or butterflies or whatever. Butterflies, I guess. So yeah, so I'm going to work on that, and I have I think I'm going to use this tea-dyed coffee-dyed, tea-dyed linen, just because of the. I was going to use. I have a piece of yellow fabric, but in looking at those little chicks, I think they'll show up better on this because this is more like the fabric in the picture. So that's my July, and I think I can finish that 40 by 80. Finish it that month as well. So that's a new to me, new designer. And then for the month of August, the new to you flosser fabric, excuse me, this ink circles, rabbit design. There's one for each month, right? So these are charted in Gloriana silks, and I was not going to do that because, of course, you know, they're very expensive, and for all of the year's worth of patterns, which I want to do, but it's like, you know, there's 13 different fabrics and different flosses, and if I did them all in Gloriana silks, it would be close to $100. Just for the threads, you know. So I wasn't going to do that. But this pattern only calls for 2 threads. So I thought I would do these in Gloriana silks. So, you know, because it just calls for the brown and the white, acorns and winter white is these colors. of these colors. So this is my August chart. So, and I think, again, this is only 57 by 57. So I think I can do this also within the month. So, also, I have, and I have not forgotten, Easter preparation and spring scamper. I still have those, that I'm going to work on. So next week, we're going camping. We had a little bit of a scare. My sister wasn't feeling good, and she had a rapid COVID test, and it came back kind of positive, and we were like going, "Ooh, maybe we shouldn't go." And so the nurse told my other sister that they have a lot of false positives with the rapid test. So my sister went and had another test from CVS, a regular test, I guess, and found out that she tested negative. So it was, we had a little bit of a scare. Was she getting COVID again or whatever? But no, she's not. She's negative. So that was a good thing. So so I don't remember why I was saying that. Scared, a little bit scared, so we're going camping after all. And so I have a few days to work on finishing the Blackwork Angels to prepare myself for June 1st. And then that's not going to take me all week long. So I'm also going to work on starting the Easter preparation and starting spring scamper and getting them going, to add to my 21 whips. Well, it's only 20 whips now. I'm going to jack it back up again. But, if I finished Wolf, so I only had 20, and if I finished that one Blackwork Angel, that's 19, I'm going to add to that. But, whatever. But so that's my plans for the summer is to do the cross stitch camp, June, July, and August, as well as whatever else I have going on. And I've got some Christmas patterns and whatever. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Just depends on where my eye falls and what I see. But anyway, so those are my plans. And so now I want to talk a little bit about haul, a little bit of haul that I got. So the other day I went to Joann's. It was kind of strange. My older sister had some charts, and there were some threads in there, and she could have sworn she bought a couple of threads and then has been unable to find them. And so one of them is a DMC color 3894. And so I think I have that. I have a bunch of things in the 38s, DMC threads in the 38s. And so I went, and sure enough, I had 3894. So I lent it to her. And we went to Joann's because our Joann's here has more threads. They have like Etoile, and they have some of the color variations or Chloris or whatever. They have just a lot of DMC threads. And the Hobby Lobby that we usually go to has a little bit smaller selection. They don't have those upper 38s, But when we went, they didn't have 3894. It wasn't there. And it's not on the DMC site, and not on some of the other sites. So I don't know where I got it, but I thought I was pretty sure I got it at Joann's once upon a time. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, so that's why we went to Joann's looking for that thread. And so while I was there, of course, I bought more stuff that I don't know. So I bought this, 28 count even weave Ugana that I love. And I bought some, I have some needles, and I bought some DMC gold needles. These are 24 count needles, 24 size, 24 needles. And I bought some more rings. I kind of have an idea about what I'm gonna do with it. I have the other day I bought some kind of like Flosstube bags. They're Ziploc plastic bags with a hole in them, and so I went ahead. That's what these rings are for, because I have some random like kit threads that are sort of theoretically DMC numbers, you know, but I don't want to put them with my regular DMC threads that are genuine DMC threads. I'm assuming these kit threads are regular DMC threads, but you know, I don't know. So so right now they're on like just you know, homemade, like just index card made floss drop kind of cards, and so I thought, you know, if I could put them all in like, you know, those Ziploc fake floss away bags, then, you know, they're self-contained and, you know, whatever. So we shall see. But so then today we went to the attic, and you know, Arizona is kind of opening up. Some places, like when we went to Joanne's, it says something about, you know, like, you know, vaccinated people don't have to wear a mask, whatever. So, you know, we're all been vaccinated here. So, so when we went to Joanne's, we were able to shop without a mask, which is a good thing because it was very hot in there. But so at the attic, they weren't wearing masks either. So we were able to go in and shop there and everything. But so I had this list from Rabbit from Ink Circles. There's a list of, you know, all the silk threads that are used for the if you do all 12 of the Rabbit designs. But there's also a DMC conversion and a Weeks Dye Works list. So so since for the August challenge, I'm doing the January Rabbit. I went ahead and bought the silks, because there's only 2. So sorry, I went to the attic with a little bag. So I bought the 2 threads, the 2 Glorianas. This one is Acorns. That's the brown color. And Whitewash. This is the white. I mean, Winter White. Sorry, Whitewash is the Weeks Dye Works color. Winter White. And then, just because I like the color, Evergreen. This is another Gloriana. So I also went ahead and bought the Weeks Dye Works colors that were on that list. I have some of them, but it never hurts, I guess, to buy extras. So I'm not gonna go over them all, but there's some here that I got, and then the more that I got. There were a few colors that they did not have, and I don't know if I'm gonna get them all or not, but yeah. And so some of these, like this, there was one of these, this Whitewash is the same. I mean, is you know, if you use the Weeks Dye Works instead of the Glorianas, it's, you know, but I think it's also used on, you know, on some of the other charts, and so I'll probably do Weeks Dye Works on the rest of them, and Gloriana's on just the January chart. But I also bought, and this is for Rachel, if you're watching, This is an owl needle minder. Rachel, if you'll start on that owl chart, this needle minder will go with it very nicely. I bought that at the attic. And I also saw this Love My Cat Quaker. It's adorable. There's a cat and little paw prints, and there's meow. And it comes with this little charm. It says, it's this little charm here that it's hanging on the cat's tail. It's there. It's upside down here. But the floss used on that is Romy's Creations. There's some DMC equivalents on there, but I may just use whatever either the DMC or something else that I have. But I have, so that's very nice. And then I also saw this. This is a one of these Priscilla pockets things, and this little snowman. It's so cute. It's a little kit. Comes with the fabric and the trim, and I think let me see. Yeah, chart, linen, floss, and trim. So cute. I have a couple of these. I have a Stoneware cat and Stoneware kitten. There's a rabbit chart, but I didn't see the chart there. But this snowman I hadn't not seen before. But yeah, so I went ahead and bought it. Had way too much money there, but whatever, you know. You see it, you have to get it. as somebody there, one of the two ladies there at if you ever watched their Flosstube, I can't think of her name offhand, but they do their Flosstube update there, and one of the ladies, you know, they were both there. And we were talking about, my sister and I were saying something to them about, you know, not really needing to, you know, to buy this or that or whatever. And she was saying, you know, everything in the store you don't need to buy, you know. It's true. You know, you go in there and like one lady was talking about, you know, was there anywhere where she could buy some self-restraint or something, you know? And that's kind of how you are when you walk into any needle shop. You're like, I want one of those and one of those and one of those and one of those. That's kind of, you know, it's one of the hazards of walking into any kind of needle shop. You want to buy everything you see. Anyway, I think that's about it. So I'm hoping that those three things that I'm planning to do for the cross stitch camp will work out. And now that Maynia is over, basically, I've got a week or so to work on other things, and then cross stitch camp starts on June 1st. So I'm trying to think. That's about it. Later on tonight, my sisters and I will do a Three Sisters Creative video update that'll be available on Sunday. For those of you who follow us on the Three Sisters Creative Sticks and Strings videos. And we're hoping to do an update from the cabin that we're staying at next week for the mountains in Greer. We're hoping to do an update up there while we're, you know, in a different setting, just for fun. So we'll do one tonight, but we'll have a special edition one during the week, I think, from at Greer. So I hope we can pull that off. I think that's it. So I will see you all hopefully tomorrow with that sticks and strings video, and again sometime during next week, and then next weekend for sure I'll do another update next Saturday. Okay, thanks for sticking with me through Maynia and all my 21 whips that I worked on, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.